Hello, welcome to High Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Today we're going to be playing a game from the 1967 season featuring inside pitch baseball, and it's going to be a great pitching matchup between two legends, Tommy John for the Chicago White Sox against Jim Catfish Hunter from the Kansas City Athletics. So it was a good pitching matchup. It's a game from May 20th of 1967. Part of our 50th anniversary of the Impossible Dream season for the Red Sox. And today's game, again, is a matchup between the Chicago White Sox and Kansas City Athletics. And in the replay, the Chicago White Sox are 17-11, and Kansas City is 13-18. In the actual season, the White Sox coming into this game were 20-8, so 3 games off their pace, and Kansas City was 15-16, so they're 2 games off their pace, but pretty close, not too far apart. So anyway, for the visiting Chicago White Sox, the lineup is going to be as follows. Don Buford, the third baseman, will lead it off, followed by Tommy Mcgraw, the first baseman. Tommy Agee is the center fielder. Pete Ward is the left fielder, batting cleanup. Ken Berry, the right fielder, will bat 5th. J.C. Martin is behind the plate, batting 6th. Wayne Causey is your second baseman, batting 7th. The shortstop, Ron Hansen, will bat 8th. And on the mound, batting 9th, is Tommy John. So batting first, Don Buford comes into the game hitting .252 with no homers and 6 runs batted in. So Jim Catfish Hunter on the mound. Catfish Hunter comes in with a 1-5 record with a 3.17 ERA. So he's not getting a ton of run support. 13-17 on the actual season. ERA-wise, pretty close to what he did, 2.81 on the actual season and 3.17 in the replay. 54 innings pitched, 38 hits allowed, 46 strikeouts, and 22 walks. So Hunter looks in for the sign from Roof. Here's the windup and the pitch to Buford. And that would be a possible error. And he will line up to shortstop for out number 1. Next up is Tommy Mcgraw. He's off to a great start in the replay, hitting .350. Only hit .236 on the actual season. And 100 at-bats. So 35 for that 100. 14 runs scored. No homers and 8 runs batted in. Here's the pitch by Hunter. And that is going to be a possible error. And there's no error in the play as Gosker will make the play in center for out number 2. So next up will be Tommy Agee. Agee is a .207 hitter on the season with 2 homers and 10 runs batted in. And Hunter will strike him out for out number 3. So the White Sox go in order in the first. So Tommy John takes the hill. 2-2 on this replay with a 3.43 ERA. 36 2/3 innings pitched. 28 hits allowed. 21 strikeouts. And 8 walks. On the actual season, his ERA was about a run less. And with a 10-13 record. So the lineup for the hometown Kansas City Athletics is going to be Bert Campaneris will lead it off and play short. Jim Gosker is getting the start today in center. Batting third will be Mike Hirschberger, the right fielder. Batting cleanup, Danny Cater, the first baseman. Dick Green is your second baseman, batting 5th. Third baseman Sal Bando will bat 6th. Joe Nosek is in left field batting 7th. Batting 8th, behind the plate, Phil Roof. And on the mound, Jim Catfish Hunter will bat 9th, who is a pretty good hitter. He's got some power. Alright, so John on the mound. Campaneris in the box. Martin behind the plate, gives him the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch by John. And he'll pop out the third for out number 1. Gosker up now. Gosker is hitting just 191 on the season with 4 runs batted in. And we'll get back to Campaneris' stats later on. I forgot to mention those. So Gosker in the box. John looks in for the sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. And he'll strike him out. So 2 quick outs in the bottom of the first. Bring up Mike Hirschberger, hitting 294 in the season with 7 runs batted in.
Swinging up there, they struck him out.
And he'll ground out the first for out number 3. So after 1 full, no score. So it'll be Ward, Berry, and Martin for the White Sox here in the second. Ward comes in hitting 321 with a homer and 13 runs batted in. And Hunter strikes him out for out number 1. 2 Ks now for Hunter. That'll bring up Ken Berry. Ken Berry hitting 217 with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. He does not draw the walk. Instead, he fights it off for a single. So the first base runner in the game for either team is a single by Berry. So Berry will be held on. Not really a huge base stealer, but will steal a base from now and then. So 1 down and run on first for J.C. Martin. Martin hitting 216 with 2 homers and 9 runs batted in. And he'll fly out to Hirschberger for out number 2. So that'll bring up Kazi. Kazi hitting 206 on the season with 8 runs batted in. So you can see not a lot of power for either of these teams. And he'll draw a walk. So that'll put runners on first and second with 2 down for Ron Hansen, the shortstop. Hansen's hitting just 194 with a homer and 6 runs batted in. Does have a little pop as he did hit 8 on the season. And this is going to be a range play at Municipal Stadium, which you see pictured below. And he'll ground out the first to end the inning. So ahead to the bottom of the first with still no score. So Cater to lead it off against John. Cater is hitting 250 on the season with 18 runs batted in.
You're out!
He'll ground out the short for out number 1. So next up will be the number 5 hitter, Dick Green. Green hitting 202, which is close to his 198 for the season. He does have a little bit of pop on the season, so he's hit 3 homers so far with 15 runs batted in. And ooh, this could be a home run. It is on the pitcher's card if it's a 1-9, so we have a 45% chance for Green to knock one out. And he takes it yard. So Green hits his 4th home run of the season to give the Athletics a 1-0 lead.
Down the line! Goal!
So that'll bring up Sal Bando. Sal Bando is hitting .254 in the season with 8 runs batted in.
Everybody clap your hands.
And he'll single to pass the shortstop. So Bando on with 1 on with 1 out. That'll bring up Joe Nosek. Joe Nosek, the left fielder, is hitting .296 in the replay with 9 runs batted in. So about 90 points above his season average. And Bando is going to attempt a steal. And he is going to be nailed. So he had a 1-18 chance of getting a steal, and he rolls a 19. And Sando is gunned down by Martin. So 2 outs and nobody on now for Nosek still up at the plate. And Nosek will single. So 2-out single for Nosek. Brings up the light hitting Phil Roof, hitting just 192 on the season with 5 runs batted in. And Roof will strike out. And that'll do it for the Athletics, but they do score a run on the homer by Dick Green to take a 1-0 lead going into the third. So John will lead it off. He's hitting .286 so far in the season, probably one of the better hitters on the White Sox with an RBI. Just 14 at-bats, though. Only hit .157 on the actual season. So Hunter delivers. And it's a possible error. And fly ball. It'll be handled by Gosker for out number 1. So that'll bring up Buford. Buford hitting .250 with 4 runs batted in. And there's Miss Mags in the room. The roadie's asleep in his co-host seat. Off camera. So 3-1. That will be an out. As he grounds out Buford grounds out the first for out number 2. And we did check on Buford. Let's see if we can find out Buford's stats here. And no, we can't actually. We can just find out his actual stats. Hey, Mags. Yeah, Mags got a lot to say here. Sorry, Jim Hunter up now. We'll pitch to Mcgraw with 2 down and nobody on. Mcgraw will single to left field. So a 2-out base runner for the White Sox. Brings up AG. AG struck out his first time up. And he'll ground out the third to end the inning. So after 2.5, it's 1-0 Athletics. Catfish Hunter will lead it off. Hitting 182. Does have a run scored. He actually hit 2 home runs on the actual season.
You're out!
So John with the pitch. And Hanson will handle it cleanly for out number 1 of the third. That'll bring the top of the order, Campaneris. Campaneris 0 for 1 on the day. It's going to be a range check in Municipal Stadium. And that's going to be a triple for Campaneris. So Campaneris with that 1-out triple. As the crowd starts to get into it. It'll be up Gosker, who struck out his first time up. John delivers. And he'll strike out Gosker. For out number 2. So Hirschberger up now. He's 0 for 1. And he'll ground out to short to end the inning. So we'll head to the top of the 4th with the Athletics up by 1. It'll be Ward, Berry, and Martin up for the White Sox here in the 4th. And Ward will strike out. Hunter now with 3 Ks on the day. Oh, it's going to be a possible home run check for Berry. And it is off of Hunter's card. But Berry doesn't hit many home runs off of righties. He's got a 20% chance. Let's see what he can do here. He does not do it, but he is able to fire off for a single. So 1 out single. Tying run on board for J.C. Martin, who's 0 for 1. And he'll fly out to left for out number 2. So that'll bring up Wayne Causey with 2 outs and a runner on first. Hey, Miss Mannix. And he'll ground out to third to end the inning. So the White Sox cannot tie the game. So we'll head to the bottom of the 4th with Kansas City up by a score of 1-0. Cater will lead it off for the Kansas City. 0 for 1 on the day. And he'll fly out to center. First out of the 4th. Next up, Green, who homered for the only run of the game. And he will fly out to center for the second out. So 2 quick outs in the 4th. Not much offense for either team. Only 3 hits for Chicago and just 4 for Kansas City. So Bando has one of those hits, is up now. And he gets hit by a pitch. So John hits Bando with 2 down. Bring up Joe Nosek. He has one of the hits too. 1 for 1. And that is going to be a wild pitch by John. So Bando will move into scoring position. So Nosek with an RBI opportunity here to add to the Athletics lead. Range check at Municipal Stadium. And he will pop it up behind the plate. In front of the plate. Martin will make the catch to retire the side. So great as advertised pitchers duel. Shaping up to be one. So Hunter will face Hanson, John, and Buford in the top of the 5th. And he'll fly out to Gosker in center for out number 1. That'll bring up John, who's 0 for 1. And a possible error check. Well, error check. It's going to be no error, but it is going to be a single for John. So John will get himself a single. So Buford up now with a runner on first and 1 down. Oh, hit and run. Couldn't be attempted anyway with the pitcher. 4-2. And it's possible error on a throw here, if there is one. And there could be one here. Actually, nope, it's a fly ball, so they won't be. Only on the ground balls is there a chance for a throw. An error on the throw. 2 down now. The runner on first for Mcgraw. McGraw's 1 for 2 on the day. Error check. So no error on Hunter. He's able to handle it cleanly. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th, halfway through now. With the score 1-0 Kansas City. So Roof will lead it off for the Athletics. Range play at Municipal Stadium. And McGraw is able to handle it. He's an excellent range. He's a 5. So he'll make the play himself for out number 1. That'll bring up Hunter. And Hunter will ground out to short for out number 2.
Terrific play.
So 2 down in the bottom of the 5th for Campaneris. He's 1 for 2 with a triple. Fortunately, he was left stranded there. And he'll have himself his second hit of the day. 2-out single. And Campaneris will not be stealing. So Goskar's been up twice and struck out twice. And he's going to give himself a single. Campaneris will advance to 3rd. So that'll put runners on the corners for 2 down. So the Kansas City's got something going here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 down. Chance to add to their lead. Hirschberger up now. Hirschberger's 0 for 2 on the day. And he will ground out the first to end the inning. So Kansas City is unable to add to their lead, and the score remains 1-0 in favor of Kansas City. So it'll be A.G. Ward and Berry for the White Sox here in the 6th against Hunter.
Be sure to visit our concession stand.
There'll be a possible home run check here. No, be outside the range, so no home run. Instead, it's a grounder back to the pitcher. Hunter over to Cater for out number 1. So it'll bring up Pete Ward, who's 0 for 2, struck out twice. Five. And that's going to be a fly ball to Hirschberger. He'll handle it cleanly for out number 2. So not much offense. So Berry up now. Berry's having a good day at the plate, 2 for 2. He's got 2 of the 4 Chicago hits. And he's not strikeout. And they finally do get him as he's going to fly out to Gosker to end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 6th with the score Athletics 1 and White Sox 0. John back out there for his 6th inning of work. Cater will lead it off. Cater 0 for 2 on the day. And Cater will get his first hit. So leadoff single for Cater. So Green's having himself a good day. He's 1 for 2 with a homer. Responsible for the only run of the game. And he'll fly out to Berry for the first out of the 6th. And we got Bando 1 for 1 of the day. And he strikes out. So John now with 4 Ks has not walked a batter. Joe Nosek up now. And he strikes out to end the inning. So we'll head to the 7th. With the score still 1-0 in favor of the Kansas City Athletics.
Swing and a miss. They struck him.
J.C. Martin is 0 for 2 on the day. And they'll line out to short, now 0 for 3. Kazi 0 for 1 with a walk. Boyd's at the strikeout and fights off and gets a single. So tying run on board here in the 7th for the White Sox. That brings up the number 8 hitter, Ron Hansen. Hansen's 0 for 2 on the day. And Hunter will strike him out. Question is, do we... Actually, Johnson's 1 for 2 on the day. He's actually hitting well. I think we're going to leave him in. Let's check out the box score here. Yeah, he's just about done, though. He's at the end of his game, though, so I think we're going to pull him. Wasn't gonna, but... So let's see here for pinch hitters. The White Sox used Higgins, Howard, and Wood. So we get a Hunter's a righty, so Higgins. Higgins even on the roster. Does not appear to be. How about Howard? Bruce Howard, there he is. Bruce Howard is a pitcher. He was used as a pinch hitter. Interesting. I don't think we're going to use him. Oh, no, he's not. He wasn't used as a pinch hitter. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the relief pitchers. So, Kenworthy, Williams, and Joseph. Josephson. Josephson got 2 at bats, so let's see what he is. He's a backup catcher. 238. Williams. Walt Williams. 240. He's got some stolen bases, got a little bit of power. He's got a little bit of speed, too. And the other one's Kenworthy. Kenworthy, the third baseman here, 227 hitter. I think we're going to go with Williams here. Use Williams as the pinch hitter. So Walt Williams comes on as a pinch hitter with 2 down. Hitting .353 on the season with 2 runs batted in. 240th hitter on the actual season. Got a little bit of pop. Not much, but a little bit. And Kazi's gonna... Ooh. I don't think we're gonna steal with Kazi, though. Kazi's only a... It's only a 6. He's got only a 30% chance to make it. I'm gonna hit away. It's only the 7th, so... Later on, I might do it, but you don't want to make the final out at 4-3, especially after getting a pinch hitter in. And he will ground out to short to end the inning. Alright, so let's check out here. Relief pitcher for the White Sox. We got Higgins, Howard, or Wood. Higgins was the first one in. 584. Howard. 343. 112. Or Wood. I'm going to go with Howard. Higgins only had 12 innings pitched, so maybe save him for some other spot. When the game's not really on the line. He's got a 5.84 ERA. Although, you know, I guess we'll bring him in. He was used in the actual game, so we'll see how he does here. Actually, he's doing pretty good in the replay. He's pitched 5 1/3 innings, only allowing 2 hits. So we'll give him a shot here to pitch. And he rewarded us by striking out Roof. So that brings up Hunter. I think we're going to leave Hunter in. Yeah, he's still got some gas in him. 0 for 2 on the day at the plate. And he strikes out. So Higgins comes up with the good stuff. Strikes out his first 2 batters he faces here in the 7th. Then we have Campaners. He's 2 for 3 with a triple. And Buford's going to rob Campaneris of a single. Great play. So 1, 2, 3. Go the Athletics in the 7th. So we'll head to the 8th with still a 1-0 lead for Kansas City.
Hard ground ball.
And that was a fine play.
So Hunter will face top of the order Buford up first. Buford 0 for 3 on the day. Error check here. And Buford will get himself a single. So good start to the White Sox 8th inning as Buford gets a single. Buford with a little bit of speed. He'll be held on by Cater. So to bring up Mcgraw. First baseman. Not much of a bunter here. Let's see what kind of a hitter he is. He's hitting .350 on the season. Yeah, we'll let him hit away. And he's going to ground it. Oh, they'll get the lead runner here. So hit the Campaneris. He'll flip over to Green at second for the force out. Oh. Did not mean to hit that. Yeah, I want to do that. Meant to hit the next batter. So he's going to hit into a double play. 2. No, we don't want to hit that. That would just hit right there. Doesn't really matter. And roll here, and he's going to ground out to Campaneris, right? So that would be a G6. There it is right here. And there was not actually a double play. Actually, what it was a force out. And that's what it was. That's how it occurred on the sheet. Because that was red. Alright, so I think we are going to let Mcgraw try to steal here. Because Mcgraw is a 14 base stealer, so he's a decent base stealer. Yeah, we're going to do it with 1 down. So we're going to attempt to steal here. And he will be safe. So Mcgraw just gets in there under the tag. So to put a runner, tying runs in scoring position now for AG. AG 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And he's going to strike out again. So it'll be up to Pete Ward. The Indians can continue. Ward 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. Let's see here. Let's see what we have on the bench here to pinch hit, possibly. I don't think we have much. Best hitter is 249 hitter. So we're gonna let him hit. Ward's a 233 hitter. Plus I think Ward's pretty good in the field. Let me check here. Ward is a left fielder. He's not that great a fielder, actually. You know what? Let's see what I used as pinch hitters here. So I forgot who I used. Oh, I used Williams. We have Josephine and Kenworthy. Maybe I'll bring Josephine in. 238 or Kenworthy. Kenworthy 227. I'll bring in Josephine, I think, pinch hit. So Josephine's going to be in the pinch hit for Ward. Only hitting 212 on the season, but it's going to be a rain check at the stadium. And he'll fly out to center. We're out number 3. So now we'll bring in better defensive guy here. We'll bring in Bill Voss. He's a 3 as opposed to his 2 with no errors. Still the same arm. Definitely don't want to bring in Bradford. He's got a better range, but he's got a huge amount of errors. So we'll bring in Voss. Voss is, oh man, that's right. How do we do this? Voss? We're probably going to get an error here. Let's see here. Cancel. Alright, let's try this again. Oh, I think I know what to do. I think we got to go into... Do we do this? Yeah, that's what we do, I think. There we go. Double switch in the batting order. Let's see here. So who's the next batter up? I think we do want to make the double switch. Yeah, I think we do. So, yes. Check the box for the two players in the lineup to switch. So I think we got to switch Voss and then the pitcher spot. Yes. There we go. Yes, that's what we want to do, the double switch. There we go. Cool. So head to the bottom of the 8th with still 1-0 Kansas City lead. So Higgins, I think we'll take Higgins out. He's pitched 1 inning. And we'll bring in Bruce Howard. Bruce Howard will come in to pinch hit, to relieve Higgins, who pitched an inning of scoreless relief. So Howard comes in, 2.66 ERA, 2-0 record, 23 2/3 innings pitched, 21 hits, 25 strikeouts, and 14 walks. And he'll strike out Gosker. So 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Brings up Hirschberger 0 for 3. And he'll draw a walk. So 1 out base runner for the Athletics. Brings up Cater. Cater 1 for 3 on the day. And he'll strike out Cater too. So Chicago's relief pitching has been excellent. They've struck out 4 batters so far in 1 2/3 innings of work. So then we have Dick Green, who's responsible for the only run of the game thus far. That being a solo home run. And he'll line up to second to end the inning. So
Remember to get your copy of the souvenir program.
So we headed to the 9th with Hunter trying to close it out and getting a complete game shutout. But he'll have to face Barry, who's got 2 hits off of him. So Barry will lead it off. And he'll draw a walk. And that's going to be it for Hunter, as Hunter cannot complete the complete game. And Lindblad will come in. He actually finished it out and got the save. Actually, he got the win, I think, in the game. As this was not a close game in reality, as it was a blowout by the Chicago White Sox. I think it was like 8-1 or 9-1 or 7-1, something like that. Nope, that wasn't even close to this score. I don't know why I was thinking that. I think that was the last game I was thinking about. But this game was actually won by Kansas City by a score of 9-4, so it was not a pitcher's duel at all. So anyway, Paul Lindblad on now. But Lindblad did pitch in the game. So he's got a record of 0-1 with 1 save, 5.12 ERA, 12 third innings pitched, 13 hits allowed, 12 strikeouts, and 2 walks. So runner on first with nobody out. JC Martin up now, who's 0 for 3. But you know what? I know I rolled it, but I think I'm going to use my other pinch hitter here, which was a catcher. Which is, I think it was anyway. No, actually that was for the Kansas City, I think. No, it was for them. I think I already used them now. I did, so we'll just go with them. Being that they have the lead. I mean, they don't have the lead. Well, yeah, actually, I probably should pinch hit for him. Yeah, he's 0 for 3 on the day. Who else do we have to pinch hit here? Yeah, we'll bring in Kenworthy. Pinch hit. So Kenworthy will come in and pinch hit. He's only had 5 at-bats on the season without a hit. 227 with 4 homers and 11 runs batted. And he's going to ground into a 4-6-3 double play. So the White Sox down to the last out. It'll be Wayne Cosby, who's 1 for 2 with a walk. Lindblad looks in for the sign from Roof. Here's the windup and the pitch. Error check, 2-6. And no error, and it'll be a pop-up to Campaneris. And he will glove it to end the inning. I was thinking I probably could have bunted on that one, but I didn't want to bunt with the heart of the order. And the catcher, I think. Could have probably, I don't know. No, it wasn't the catcher I had anyway, but... Anyway. So Kansas City prevails. By a score of 1-0. So a great pitchers duel between John and Hunter. In the actual game, neither of the pitchers got a decision. But in this one, Hunter gets the win, now 2-5, and John will get the loss, 2-3. Lindblad with his second save, and Dick Green with his 4th homer, responsible for the only run of the game. So as you can see, not a lot of offense. 13 hits total. Dick Green with the only RBI of the game. Campaneris did have a couple of hits, as well as Ken Berry for the White Sox. John lasted 6 innings, 7 hits allowed, just a home run to Green, 5 strikeouts. Hunter, 8 innings pitched, 8+ innings, 6 hits, 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Lindblad with the save, pitched a scoreless 9th. So that will do it. So thank you for joining me. It's a game from May 20th of 1967. And we will see you for next from a game from May 21st of 1967. If there are any games, which I'm pretty sure there are. So thank you for joining me. It's been Eric from Higher Ground Gaming, my co-host Mr. Brody off camera, and Miss Mags. God bless, and we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.